Hello, Payne is an award-winning Cisco partner with strong expertise across multiple domains. Payne leverages its FitPass platform to provide users and partners dozens of hands-on labs without the need for a real kit on-prem. Let's begin by giving you a quick overview of what you will learn about using variables and data types in Python. So in the basics of Python, what we're really going to look at is how we use variables and the different data types that you can see here, which would be strings, numbers, Boolean, lists, and functions within lists being pop, append, insert, and the final one would be dictionaries. So let's go ahead and use the first option out of the two options that we saw here in the previous video for executing a Python script. So the first option being dynamic interpreter. So this is our interpreter. The way to enter the interpreter is simply type Python, and you also see here the Python version that you're using. If you want to exit it, is as simple as that. Let's enter into Python and see the very first thing, which is variables, which is the very first thing you learn when you start your journey with Python. So what are variables? A Python variable is a reserved memory location to store values. In other words, a variable in a Python program gives data to the computer for processing. The easiest way to create a variable and store data type inside of it is using the assignment operator, which is nothing but the equal to sign. Let's look at it. This is how created. The word name is the variable, and the word within quotes is the value that you want to store in a variable. The word Ankush is going to be stored inside name. So the variable name now has a value inside of it, which is called vision. So we can print the content that is stored inside the variable. So we just go print name. So it gives you the word Ankush, which is nothing but the value stored inside of the variable. Let's look at a different example. So let's print IP. There you go. These double quotes need to be used whenever you store a string of data or characters inside of a variable. There are certain rules that you cannot use integers as name of variable. So your variable name always needs to start with characters. Let me go ahead and show it to you. Now, if I do 123 name is equal to it would not throw me an error, right? Similarly, if I go ahead and do name 123 is equal to say Tom, it gives me. So let's go ahead and print this. So you see that there isn't an issue with that. Like I mentioned, the rule is that your variable name always needs to start with characters. So the other thing that we need to look at is only the latest value is stored in the variable. The older data is flushed out. So as an example, again, let's take name, put it as Ankush, right? Then again, we give a print of let's see Ankush. So now I go ahead and change it to, sorry. Say such a, right? So let's see, print, say such a. So like I mentioned, only the value, which is the latest, is stored in the variable. So now let's look at a different example. Say commands is equal to interface gi 0/0 no shut IP address 10.1.1.1 255.255.255.0. Close the quotes. We give print commands. All of this information is printed in one single line. So now if I want to go ahead and want to see the output on different lines, we can use something called as escape characters in order to have the output in different lines. Okay, so the escape character is nothing but /n. So let's look at it, how we go ahead and do it. So this is the command. All that we have to go do is interface deep 0/0 /n no shut /n and that should be it. Let's go ahead and print commands. You go ahead and see here that the output is in different lines. So we've achieved what we wish to. So let's look at another feature, which is concatenation. So what I wish to do is IP is equal to 10.1.1.1 close the braces, mask is equal to 255.255.250. So these are two different variables with two different values in it. Now I want to print IP and mask in the same line. That's where we use a concatenation feature. So what we could do is say print IP plus mask. So you don't see any space in it, right? So what we could do is print IP plus give a space plus mask. So you do see that there is a space now. So this is what we wanted to show in variables. So what we've covered is variables, and now that we've covered the basics of Python, stay tuned for more videos to follow. If you are interested in how BitPass can help you and your team learn about Python or one of the many SD-WAN labs within BitPass, please reach out to your Bay Infotech representative. Thank you.